Um, I don't know how long they've had me in here, but I just know that since the last episode where I came out as weird, a chain reaction has taken place. And now I am back in the closet as weird. I don't know if that was the right decision to make, to come out at such a late point in my life, to decide, yes, it is true, I'm weird. To put to rest all of the secrets, all of the questions that people have been wondering for the longest time. Am I weird? And I came out of the closet. Yes, I'm weird. But after I did that, after I made such a big mistake, things have taken place in my life that have put me back in the closet. I don't want anybody to know that I'm weird anymore. This one is for me. This is just for me. You don't get to know that I'm weird. So I'm staying in the closet now. I didn't choose this life. I didn't choose this life. You know how easy it would be to just be on the outside of the closet? It's tough. It's pretty tough. It's not as easy as you'd expect. You might think it would be easy, but it's not. And that's the problem. People think it's easy. You just wake up one day and you say, I'm out of the closet. I'm weird. And you know what? People look at you weird. I don't like all the attention being on me. To have that pressure to be weird. After I admitted to myself that I'm weird, all of a sudden I was the quietest person again. In becoming weird and accepting that I am weird, I turned into the quietest, most laid back version of myself, who is afraid to be weird, who's afraid to be open and honest and fucking. These things mock me. They're like little trinkets that, I think, babies, Have you ever heard of babies? You know how they have those little things above them in their fucking cribs, MTV cribs. They got the little trinkets hanging above them, and they're just fucking. They're out of reach. You can't reach them because you're a child. You're such a fucking child. You can't even reach. Your arms aren't even long enough. And they're just above you, hanging there, taunting you, And your animal instincts kick in, and you're like, I want to fucking attack them. But I can't. Because my arms aren't long enough. I still have T-Rex arms. But then you grow up and things change. Things get a little bit different. You understand the way that life is. You think, oh, I wasn't able to touch those things. And now you grow up and here they are. Here are all the things that were dangling above you the whole time. And it's not even, they're just hangers. You grow up and you realize that these things, these demons that were torturing you are just fucking normal. All these little trinkets above I don't even know what the word is. A chandelier, but for children. And you grow up and you start touching the things because you can finally reach them. You stand up in your crib and you can reach what is it called? Trinkets, chandelier, baby chandelier. I don't know what it's called. I think that's the problem. I think the problem is that I don't even know what it's called. It's not a carousel. It's not a chandelier. It's one of those fucking words. You know the word that I'm thinking of. It's hard. You want to be free. You want to be free and share your weird self with the world. You want to decide, oh, now it's true. Now I can be me. I can finally be comfortable with being weird. Cuz I'm out of the closet. No longer secretly weird. Open and loving the fact that I'm weird. And something changed for me. But nothing changed for anyone else. No. I go around being weird, cracking my stinking jokes, hoping to make people laugh. But still, no one gets it. Nobody gets me. No one understands that it's just you go around this world, you go around the world a few times, you take a few trips around the sun, and things start falling into place a little bit more. You understand a lot more about the way that things are. You understand that everything's impermanent. You understand that one day it doesn't matter, because one day you're going to be gone. And so while you're alive, you need to fucking meditate on that. And a lot of people haven't done it. A lot of people haven't come to terms with death. They're fucking living their life willy-nilly, doing things that they hate for people that they don't like. What's the fucking word? That just about sums up life in a nutshell, doesn't it? What's that word? I'm gonna think of it. I will think of this word. It's so fucking difficult. It's difficult. It's hard. It's hard to be me. You don't understand. You don't get it. You don't get it. Fucking, it's on the tip of my tongue, dude. I guess I'm gonna have to look it up. Because my brain's too small. Child chandelier thing. Mobile! It's a mobile, dude. That's what it is. An automobile. So you're telling me that we grow up and so wait. So a mobile is what hangs over a child's head when he's a little baby boy, and it's not automatic. It doesn't do it by itself. You have to turn it on. But when you grow up and you get one of those automobiles, then you have a big man's toy. You're just playing with mobiles your whole life. Whether it's auto or manual or regular or baby. Okay? And so you grow up, you finally touch the things on the mobile, the little dangly bits, and you realize that this can't even drive. And so you start looking towards other things. You look towards the bigger and better horizons. We gotta get in one of these mobiles that'll take us somewhere. We're gonna go. And we're gonna go. We're gonna go. Never gonna go home. What the fuck is a bitch? Wow, that was my freestyle rap. Thank you for coming to enjoy it. This is complete improv. I'm using my phone with the notes to record. So, I don't know what to say. So we're just coming up with this straight off the dome. It took me 10 minutes to think of the word mobile. And now that I know it's called mobile, I'm trying to relate it to automobiles because how is that the same word? We have so many words for things, and yet somehow these little things overlap, and you're fucking telling me, you're seriously telling me that a baby mobile that hangs above a crib is the same thing as an automobile. The only difference is it is made automatic. I think that's a fucking load of horse shit. I think you know exactly what you're doing too. I think you are full of shit and no one even cares that you have, wow, your cock is so big. You have such a loud vehicle. I can't even drive a mobile, dude. Unless it does it by itself. You're telling me that if you took a mobile and automated it, it would be able to take you across Route 80? It would be able to take you through all the mountains? I don't think so. This is what happens. This is why you should never admit to yourself that you're weird. Because I know I've been weird my whole life. And then you finally get the courage to tell someone. And here you are. And you end up back in a closet some way or another. I'm renovating. Is that the right word? I am working on a mural. I'm designing the set of my podcast. So that is why we are in a break. We're not in the usual place. There's something has changed. And we're back in the closet. No one knows that I'm weird anymore. I told them, but then I took it away. God give it, then you take it away. I said, I'm allergic to normal people. So I'm going to go back where weird people are. Weird people, here we are. Yeah. Just me and a bunch of fucking hangers. Hanging out. Me and a bunch of hangers hanging out. Me and a bunch of hangers hanging out. Me and a bunch of hangers hanging out. And you know what? I thought I was weird before this. But you know what? This is a mobile. And one day when I grow up, I'll make it into an automobile. Because children should have access to all the we should give a child the nuclear launch codes. I think we should, because you put that in the power of a man who's in power, and you don't know what he'll do with it. But you give the nuclear launch codes to a child, and it'll just press the button because it's there. I think we need somebody with the courage, with the balls to set it off. You get a big man baby in charge of presidency, and then nothing ever happens. It's just silence. It's just silence for a little while, and I'm sick of. I think the media could be a lot more interesting if there was a nuclear war going on. I think because the war in Ukraine is just not entertaining enough. I'm bored, dude. I'm bored. Press the button. Set it off. What are we doing? Why are we playing around? We have these weapons for a reason. We should use them. I'm sick of humanity. When is it gonna end? Really? Answer me this. You think people are gonna destroy the earth? The earth is gonna be fine. It's gonna be uninhabitable by humans, animals, and everything. It'll become too hot, and then the sun will kill us before anything else, I think, personally, because it'll get so hot and we'll find new ways to adapt. But The difference is you, well, I don't know. I think you should really consider what I'm saying, though. I think we need a more interesting headline. Ukraine, whatever, you know? We should get some nukes. We should nuke. I'm just gonna say what I thought because it's horrible. I mean, like, I'm bored, dude, okay? We should nuke Japan again. Because that would be entertaining. I need people... We need to start jousting. We need to have Coliseum... People on death row, make a TV show. Take them all, make them fight to the death, and then whoever wins, you know, they get the good last meal. You know, we can't afford to fight in this economy. Can't afford to give everybody on death row fucking last meal. So you have them fight to the death for their last meal. And then they have their real good fucking cheeseburger or whatever, and then you fucking shoot them in the back of the head like Lenny. You know, gonna go tend to the rabbits because they're already dead, basically. Homeless people already dead. I gave some change to a homeless man because he fucking forced me to, basically. I felt robbed. You want to give back to the community, whatever. You want to give back to the community? Dude, I'm fucking... Oh yeah, giving back to the community is walking down the street and being robbed. So that's why I urge anybody with some spare change to just walk down a street in the middle of the night. And just hopefully someone sticks you up, and then you can be like, hey man, I was waiting for this moment. I took out my license and registration from, well, I don't know why you keep your registration in your wallet. I took out my wallet. I'm just walking down the street with a wad of cash, waiting for somebody to stick me up so I can give it to them, and they'll be like, well, give me your wallet. I'm like, I don't have my wallet. I was waiting for you to rob me so I can give you this cash. Are you seriously not going to accept cash? In this robbery, that's not good enough for you? You want my wallet. You want my wallet. I'm not giving you my wallet because it's not on me. Bitch, I'll empty my pockets. You can see it. It's true. I have nothing but this wad of cash that I'm willing to give to you. And you want the wallet. You know, people who rob people really ask for your wallet because they don't have a wallet and they just need a wallet. They could give a fuck about what the money is inside, you know? I got about like $20 in my wallet. What are you gonna do with $20? Buy a wallet? Just fucking use the wallet that you got when you fucking stole it. I lost my wallet one time and no one gave it back. You know, you really rely on society a little bit too much. File a police report. They'd say, oh yeah, we'll let you know if someone turns it in. No one's gonna turn it in. No one's gonna fucking be a hero. You know what they say in all the movies? Don't be a hero. That's usually coming from the person who is the one stealing it. So naturally, if they do steal it, they're gonna heed their own advice. You know, people who are trying to get their life together will be the one who tells you to do something or another. But they are never listening to their own advice. They're just telling you the things that they wish they would do. You know, you ever like have a conversation with somebody and they're explaining what they think you should do, but it's like way too specific to them. It's like, oh yeah. So what you need to do is you need to fucking do. You need to do this and that and this, and you're like, dude, that sounds like what you need to do. Criminals are the only morally sound people in that regard because they heed their own advice. They say, don't be a hero. And if they get a wallet, they're not gonna be a hero. They're not gonna give it back. I would have at the very least really appreciated him fucking giving me just the wallet back. But it's proof that they just needed the wallet too. Oh, that was like 5 years ago. So I'm getting upset about the wallet that I lost. That I would have to get a new I would have to get a new license anyway. So I don't really know why I'm still upset about this, but it fucking pisses me off the fact that the only people in our society who heed their own advice are criminals. It's like, dude, fucking, it's fucking bullshit, dude. They just take and take and take. And then they stand behind their moral superiority because they're like, well, at least I take my own advice. You'd be over there giving out advice that no one asked for. And then you are the fucking pinnacle of the way you should not do things. The guy at the gym who's telling you need to lift like this. And then I used to be that guy. I'm a piece of shit. No one asked for my advice. And I just say, hey, you should squat. You should squat with your toes out. With the toes forward and your knees. And then he's like, okay, buddy. And I'm like, and then he does a set and I talk to him again. I'm like, no, that wasn't it. Why did I do that? Because I'm a piece of shit. I need to become a criminal so I can get better morals. Yes, instead of telling him how to squat, I should have fucking took his wallet. I should have went into the locker room and been like, hey, what locker are you? And he'd be like, why? And I'll be like, cause it's mine. I am taking over, right? I am seizing everything in your locker because it's mine now, bitch. And you know what? I'm turning over a new leaf. I want to be morally sound. And the only way to do that is to start stealing people's wallets. Because I'm not a hero, and I'm not going to pretend I'm a hero either. I'm also not going to pretend I'm not going to pretend I'm normal. And the only way I can be weird and truly weird is in the closet. So fuck it, I'm in a closet. When I moved in here, someone said that you should turn this closet space into a podcast recording area. And here's my attempt at doing that. How good does it look? Pretty fucking stupid, doesn't it? He's fucking locked away while his room is a fucking mess because he's painting a fucking mural. It's going to be painted over the second he finishes it because it's going to take 3 years. And by the time that happens, I'm going to have to move out. But it's fine because everything's temporary anyway. Right? Don't you like that when people are explaining things, they're doing a fucking TED Talk? It's like, dude, you're already doing a TED Talk. You don't have to talk down to me too. They'll be like, so you're doing this, right? Right? It's always the short little right to just ease them into the next sentence. It's like, you never, so when you're going down the stairs, you use your legs, right? And your legs force power up, they always just punctuate. They ease into the next sentence with that little fucking right. Well, you know what? I hate you for that. Yeah, dude, if you're up there doing a TED Talk and you're talking about how things should be, the way things ought to be, and you're fucking mansplaining everything you want to fucking tell everybody, you want to tell the whole world about how stairs work. Right? And then you do that fucking right? So you're using force, you're generating force into the muscles contracting, right? And your muscles contract, right? And as you do that, the more repetitions that you do of that, the more your muscles break down, right? And you eat protein, right? Right. Well, you know what? I want somebody to say something wrong. So you're walking down the stairs, wrong, and you are pushing with your toes, wrong. Just like going through the steps of like how you're just using the stairs incorrectly. So you're walking up an escalator, right? You're walking up an escalator, right? And you notice that the people in front of you are still, right? And you walk past them, bro. You know, you don't do that. That's not that's not the way our society is built. You never think about, like, you spend enough time alone and then you get reacquainted with, like, what life truly is, and then you feel like superior to everybody because you go back into the real world. You go back in the real world with, like, money and receipts and gas prices. You know, you walk into the outside again, and then you remember that everything is, like, already established, and you realize that you can't do anything. And then you remember how you took a cross-country road trip and you were in the middle of Wyoming at, like, 12 at night, and it was fucking dark as fuck, and you hit a fucking fox. You're lucky you only hit a fox, dude. I was worried I was gonna hit a cow. I could fucking hit a cow and total my car and just be dead on the side of the road in Wyoming, and no one would have known. You just go back into the real world and you think, wow, I could have died out there. There was so many things that could have gone wrong, and my car could have broke down in the middle of nowhere, dude. The middle of fucking, I don't even know what highway in Wyoming. It's kind of terrifying. You go back into society, forget how nice you have it, you know? When you rebuild everything, you're like, why do I have this? Why do I have that? And you're like, oh yeah, because if I don't, I would die. Why do you get your coffee in the morning? Why do you get your coffee in the morning? So that you don't have the most brutal headache in your fucking life. And I used to sit there and be like, I could quit coffee cold turkey. I just don't want to. I tried. It was, not only did I not want to, but the headache that I got made me not want to even more. So I'm addicted to caffeine. And you know what? Oh well, you know? Oh well. Who gives a fuck? I'm addicted to caffeine. These hangers are a mobile. They're not automatic yet. Someone took a mobile from a child. Fucking asshole, you know? Just stole it. Stole it right from a child. It's like taking a mobile from a child. No one says that. And then they turned it into a car. I mean, shit, dude. You know, taking candy from a baby is you know, I'd say is probably usually a bad thing. But if you use that candy to make a car, I gotta hand it to you, dude. You improved the world, kind of. No, dude. I think about things so much. I think about all the things that I don't know, and how I benefit from the fact that other people know it. But I'm over here ignorant as fuck, flying on a plane because I can afford a plane ticket or whatever. And I'm just like, wow, I have access to this shit I know nothing about just because I have a job. And I think, you know, if you think about it like that, society's pretty dope. Shout out everything. I like a lot of things. It's funny how much it's funny how you take a month off, because I took a month off of the podcast, a little bit longer than a month, because I'm working on a mural that's going to be the new set design of my podcast. But I just kind of turned all my efforts towards drawing, and then my brain fucking turned off. And I think it's interesting how in the span of a month, I'm like, do I even like podcasting? And then I just like get into the momentum. I force myself to climb into this closet because I think it would be funny to turn on a light and then be like, they put me here. I don't know how long I've been here. And then I started talking about mobiles. And then I started talking about life, you know? And then I remembered, oh yeah, podcasting is pretty fun. I like how I can generate strange ideas with the help of no one. Because it's hard to keep a balance. Yeah, I'm an artist. I'm an addict. I get addicted to things. I think we all do. Some of us just have propensities to get addicted to bad things and things that will eat up a lot of your time. And I just channel my energy towards one thing at a time. And it's hard to find balance in that, you know, especially when I try to form like a social circle. It's hard to get past surface level because anytime I do that, I just start projecting my insecurities. And then I just do that a little bit too much. And then I feel like shit when I'm around people. And I'm like, why do I feel like shit? This is supposed to... And then I like look like shit's not gonna fucking fall into place just because I found the right people. If I complain to them long enough, they'll just get sick of me. I seek out the answer through through obsession, and it's not healthy. And the point is, this is my outlet, and it's just true. I need to spend more time alone. I need to spend more time with the things that I actually want to do, rather than the things that I feel like I'm supposed to do, or that I have to do, or that I'm trying to find a workaround. I'm trying to like save up money and then buy a cabin in the woods type shit. I want to work as little as possible because I realize that, dude, you wake up and go to your fucking 9 to 5 and then you do that every day until you fucking die. And that's no way to live a life, and that's why people hope for a better life, but I would like to live mine while I'm alive. You know? Some people's idea of a paradise is after they die, they'll be in paradise. That's a really dim way to look at things. Once this bullshit's over, then we can party. Why don't we party now? Why don't we just live it the fuck up while we still can? Because people take and they gatekeep things for themselves, and then not everybody can do it. But how else would society be set up? So you need to fucking figure out how to just trying to figure out a workaround, man. I'm trying to figure out how to work now so I don't have to as much eventually. Yes, sir. And I'm an enema. Interesting. Yeah, I've never had one of those done. I know some people do a coffee. Maybe, you know what? Maybe this will be maybe I'll use the rest of this coffee for a little experiment. You ever boofed a coffee? What would that even do? Like, why do people do a coffee enema? Is it just because it already looks like shit, so it doesn't look as gross coming out? It's like, oh yeah, it's brown. This is brown coffee. You know, if you put regular water in and you watch it come out, you might be concerned about the color. But you put coffee up there, not only do you get a caffeine rush, let me tell you, but you also don't have to worry about that fucking color when it comes out, you know? It's already brown. It was already brown. You want to look at your shit? No, it's gross. Yeah, right. Well, we know you want not gross coffee. So take it out of your butt and drink it. And so what? It tastes like shit. Everything tastes like shit if you think about it. It will eventually become shit. No, all the dirt is shit. Is that why it's called dirty? I just figured out why dirt is dirty, because it's shit. It's just years, millennia, piles and piles of shit. Generations of every animal's shit piles up and mixes with the gravel, and it turns brown and goopy and powdery. What is dirt? That's what it is. I just explained it, so I don't have to Google it because I already know the answer because I looked it up in my head. I just logically figure it out. What's dirt? Shit and stone. So thank you for listening. This is a shorter podcast because I'm fucking these fucking hangers. There's too many of them. I don't have that many clothes. I'm going to hang up all my clothes. Who does that? What a waste of time. I don't hang up all my clothes. Why would you? So listen, this is what I'm saying, okay? If you take nothing else from this podcast, it's that being weird is not worth it. It will make you feel like an outcast, and then you feel weird because you're an outcast, and then you feel social anxiety because you're not normal. Well, guess what? You've never been normal. And maybe normal people are the people who are supposed to hang out with people. Maybe the weird people are supposed to keep to themselves and explore their brains through a podcast because they don't know how to communicate emotion any other way. I don't know how to show love. So if you take nothing off from this take nothing out from the podcast, just stop trying to be normal, because you're not. You're fucking weird as fuck. And you need to accept that. And then part of accepting that is being away from normal people, because they will make you feel weird. And you don't like to feel weird. You like to be weird. And you need to be around people who allow you to be weird, which is random strangers on the internet. That's what I've been doing this past month. I've just been hanging out on Discord. And you know what? It's fucking great, because there are worse people that in that sphere. I'm a fucking cool dude. People get me for me, and people actually compliment me. You know, I've been told that that I'm attractive. I've never been, no one has ever, no one except my mother has ever called me attractive. It's kind of weird. You know, you say like your mom calls you handsome, right? And that's supposed to be a compliment. But what are you supposed to do when your mom looks at you and goes, Tyler, you're hot? And I'm like, dude, you know, how are you supposed to accept that as a compliment? That's just weird. That's weird. You want to talk about weird? I'm not, if this is what created that, then so be it. Tell your kid they're hot. Then you would like to fuck them. Fuck your kid. Fuck your kids. Because it'll make them weird. And why is that a good thing? Because mental illness is funny and they can become a comedian. This is all fake. None of that happened. But it's, you know, I didn't need to clarify that because that just ruined the joke. Whee! I don't want you to be worried. Because I'm weird. I get it. I'm already weird. It's too late. I'm already weird. And you know what? I'm probably going to be weird the rest of my life. And it's just going to be the way it is. And it's all right. I like it. I like being in the closet. Weird. Alone. Oh, when I'm alone, all my worries go away. Social anxiety doesn't exist when you're alone because you're alone, but then you get a bit sad because you're alone, and then you need to realize that not being alone makes you more anxious than being alone. So just stick with being alone because you're good at it. And don't get close to anyone, because every time you do, it gets bad. So just learn from your mistakes. Stay in the closet. Be weird, but not too weird. And don't try to be normal either, because it's not going to work. And then you're just going to get quiet like you always do. You're quiet because you don't like
the way that people think that you are, because you're always worried about coming across the wrong way. Well, you know what? I know my heart, bitch. I know everything that I say is good, is okay. You know, I could say the worst thing, but it's probably good. Because I'm me. And I'm weird.